Hello and welcome to the daily number workout number 13. So this is our 13th day that we've been working on our daily number workout. So let's start off with word form. Hopefully you already wrote it down. You've got a lot to look over and compare your notes with mine. So this would be 13, T-H-I-R, 13, 13. All right, the factors of 13, let's lay those out. So of course we always do 1 times itself. So 1 times 13. And then we say, does 2 go to 13? Well, it doesn't end in an even number, 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. So it's not divisible, or you cannot multiply a number by 2 to get it. 3, does 3 go in? Well, if we look at our threes, it's 3, 6, 9, 12. 15, so nope. Does 4 go in? 4, 8, 12, 16, whoops, nope. Does 5 go in? Well, it would have to end with a 5 or a 0. Doesn't do that. 6, does 6 go in? Well, 6 goes into 12 and 18, so it doesn't go into 13. 7 times 2 is 14, nope. And so the rest, 8 times 2 is 16. 8 and 16, that doesn't fit in there. 9 is 9, 18. Whoops, skipped it too. So let's go ahead and draw our line because nothing else goes in evenly. So when we look at that, we ask ourselves, we know it's not even, so it must be odd. It ends in 3, and we know odd numbers end in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And then we ask ourselves, is it prime? And so since it has only 1 in itself to multiply to get it, it is prime. So we want to write prime here. All right, now let's work on multiples. I'm going to move my paper up so we have plenty of room on the end. Let me get my 13 cubes out of the way. All right, so we have 13. 1 times 13 is 13. 2 times 13, remember we come over here if we need to, which I always like doing. I want you to know that you can solve all the multiples by adding. So this would be 3 plus 3 is 6, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 times 13 is 26. And then we come back over here. 6 plus 3 is 9. 2 plus 1 is 3. So 3 times 13 is 39. Then we get another one. And that would be 12. And this would be 52. So 4 times 13 is 52. And I'm going to get me a little scratch pad. So remember, we always want to have some paper handy if we need to do a little bit of math on the side to figure out where we're going. So we can continue adding on, but I'm going to go ahead and do a little multiplication. So we're going to do 13 times 5 on our scrap paper. So 5 times 3 is 15, carry the 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus that 1 is 6, so 65. And then we try another one. Let's get rid of that and put a 6 here. Get rid of that. All right. 6 times 3 is 18, carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So 6 times 13 is 78. 7 times 3 is 21, carry the 2. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is 9. So we have 91. Then we have 8 times 13. 8 times 13 is 24, carry the 2. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So we're up to 104. Then we have 9 times 13. Just another way to do it. We could keep on adding, but I'm going to show you both ways always. 9 times 3 is 27. Carry the 2. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 2 is 11. So we have 117. And last but not least is 10 times 13. And we know that any number times 10 is the number with a 0. So 130. So there we have multiples of 13. We've added them, or we can multiply. So do what fits you best, what makes more sense to you always. All right, let's go on to our next section, which is fractions, decimals, and percents. We're going to give them equal signs. So far, we've done word form, we've done factors, we've done multiples. Now we're going to go into fractions, decimals, and percents. So this is 13 days out of 100. We're going to work on the daily number, work out 100 days. And that decimal would be 0 and 13 hundredths. And of course, percent would be 13%, which means if you go in the store and they're giving you a 13% discount, you get 13 cents off every dollar you spend. So let's move on. That looks good. Let's go to word form here. So this would be 13, and it can be 13 hundredths. And remember, when we're talking partial numbers, there's always a TH at the end, and it's S if it's more than one. Then we have our decimal would be 0. And is for decimal, 13 hundredths with a good old TH. All right, you're looking good. So let's get our paper moving here. Always like to keep up here with you. Here we go. We're going to go into ratio now. And of course, ratio is just another way of putting out the fraction form for different research and statistics. So we're talking 13:100, or it might be written 13 to 100. So that's just a ratio. Let's go into dollars and cents. And so we have up here our decimal is already taken care of for us. So I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to do the dollar and cents here. So we're going to do $0.13. And when we write that out, it is $0, just like I said, and 13 cents. All right. All right, so let's move on. We did good there. So now we're going to do area and perimeter, and we know area equals width times length, and perimeter equals width plus length plus width plus length. And so when we're talking about a rectangle that is 13 across and 1 deep or long, we would say area of this would equal 13 times 1, which equals 13 square units. Very good. And then if we stood it up instead, and we made it long way, so I'm just going to draw me a rectangle here. It's not going to have 13 cubes according to my graph paper, but it's going to have them written on the side. You just have to draw a rectangle, folks. All right, so there we go. We have, oh, we want to do the perimeter of this one. I forgot. Perimeter equals 13 plus 1 plus 13 plus 1 equals 28 units. And remember, perimeter is just linear, so it's just the line. How long is this line all the way around? Right, we go here for this one. It's almost the same, except we've juxtaposed the numbers. So it's 1 times 13. So it's 1 across and 13 up, which equals 13. And the perimeter equals 1 plus 13 plus 1 plus 13. And it just reiterates that it doesn't matter the order of the numbers when you multiply, you get the same answer. Doesn't matter the order of the addition numbers, it always is the same. All right, let's go into our volume. So I'll leave that open so you can see it. So let's do our volume. We're going to draw our rectangle and just pretend that that is 13 across and 1 deep and 1 tall. There we go. 13 across, 1 deep, 1 tall. And so volume equals 13 times 1 times 1 equals, so 13 times 1 is 1, I'm sorry, is 13 times 1 is 13, and that would be cubic units. And of course, this is, oops, here we go. Here's actual 13 cubes. All right, and I've run out of space, but maybe on your paper you did the vertical one as well. And of course, it's the same amount of cubes. We just changed the position of it. So it could be written, it could be also written 1 by 13 by 1. And it also could be written 1 by 1 by 13. And we'd always get the same cubic units. So today's number 13, since it is prime, it's very short and sweet. I hope you were able to get all of that information down before we even started. So have a great day. I will see you on the next day, which will be 14.